2 hours ago, singer David, who had a 15-year-old girl's body found in his car, has been cleared from the suspect list.
The David case will go down as one of the most insane and widely predicted scandals of our time. What's shocking isn't just what happened, but that so many people saw it coming. And I'm not exaggerating. There were literal predictions online years before this story broke. But before we dive into the newest details, let's quickly rewind. When this first came to light, all anyone knew was that the body of a young girl named Celeste was found in David's car. At the same time, rumors had already been swirling that the two were secretly dating. The wild part? David was still out on tour while all this was unfolding. Back then, that was the only solid information we had. But fast forward just 1 week, and the internet exploded. Thousands of videos appeared across TikTok, Reddit, and YouTube, with some users claiming they had known about this situation long before it became public. Others are now insisting David is completely innocent. So today, we're breaking down everything. The evidence, the internet theories, and how this case spiraled into one of the strangest true crime stories in recent memory. Almost immediately after the case went mainstream and David canceled his tour, people who knew him began coming forward with shocking claims. As many of you might remember, David originally came up in the gaming scene. And if you know anything about gaming communities, you know that most of the behind-the-scenes talk happens on Discord. That's where people started digging. From earlier tweets and screenshots, we now have more context. One post from September 17th says TMZ confirmed that a photo showed singer David near the area where Celeste lived before she disappeared. The same user claimed David was paying people to hide Celeste's real age. At first, a lot of people thought it sounded like conspiracy nonsense, but then someone found a TikTok from December 2024 talking about the exact same photo and making the same accusations. Think about that. This video was posted 9 months before the story blew up. And now, every comment under that old TikTok is from people saying things like, "You predicted this," or "This could have saved her life if people had listened." And when you step back, it's chilling. It's not just internet gossip anymore. Someone actually lost their life. But the trail of warnings doesn't stop there. When people started scrolling through David's old videos, they found a comment from February 26, 2024, almost a year and a half before this went public. Under one of his posts with the caption, "Me to everyone I tricked into thinking this was a love song," a user named Robin Rivers wrote, "Waiting for LAD to get your ass for messing with a 13-year-old girl." That comment sat there for over a year, ignored by everyone. And now, people can't help but wonder, if someone had taken that seriously back then, would Celeste still be alive? Ironically, the commenter Robin Rivers now has over 200,000 followers. They were just a random account before all this happened, but that one comment made them a viral figure in this case. As this all spread, more proof began surfacing that people had known about the relationship between David and Celeste long before her death. Yet somehow no one acted on it. Meanwhile, David himself hasn't been arrested or officially named a suspect. But one of his LA homes was raided by police. Shortly after, he abruptly broke his lease and moved out of his $4 million Hollywood Hills mansion. According to The Sun, he'd been renting it for $20,000 a month through his manager since February 2024. The timing of his sudden exit, right after the raid, looked extremely suspicious. Since then, the only public sighting of him came from a few viral clips showing David casually playing Fortnite just days after the story broke. People couldn't believe it. Like, imagine your girlfriend's body being found in your car, and you're back online grinding for a victory royale. It made people question whether he even cared, or if he was just trying to distract himself and act like nothing happened.
What the f***, Lico? There's no way he's playing Fortnite right now. There's actually no way he's on Fort. You guys are laughing. That's insane. How? Show me the proof, please. You got a win 2 days ago? Dude, what the fuck? He played a game of Fortnite yesterday. You got a win 2 days ago? Dude.
And it's not like this behavior came out of nowhere. In past songs and videos, David had already dropped hints that fans now find extremely disturbing. Some are calling him a psychopath who used his music as a diary of guilt. Others think he's just a manipulator who knows how to twist a narrative. But because David hasn't been charged, many online have started to claim he's innocent. In fact, if you search David is innocent on TikTok, you'll see an explosion of videos in the past few days. Some even claim police have officially cleared him, which, by the way, is completely false. There's been no official statement, no case, no trial. The investigation is still open. The David is innocent trend is pure misinformation. But that hasn't stopped creators from using it for clout. There's one guy who's gone viral making a David diss track while simultaneously spreading fake updates about David being cleared.
2 hours ago, singer David, who had a 15-year-old girl's body found in his car, has been cleared from the suspect list. How does this happen? I have zero idea, but it happened. LAPD really looked at all this evidence, her name in all the songs, her name tatted on him, the pictures of them, the videos of her backstage, and just said, you know what? Nah, he's cool. Like, bro, who is this man David's lawyer? Is it Jay Yoma? Like, what is going on? I just can't wrap my head around it. All these things, songs, videos, pictures, tattoos.
He's made 10 videos about it, all basically the same, repeating the rumor and then breaking into a dance. It's ridiculous, but that's the internet for you. Tragedy becomes entertainment. Misinformation becomes content. Still, people keep asking the same question. Why hasn't David been arrested yet? How can someone whose girlfriend's body was found in their car not even be named a suspect? Some speculate that his legal team has powerful connections, or that money is keeping him shielded. Others point out that this is just another example of how the justice system seems to protect the wealthy. Because let's be real, if this were anyone else, the police would have at least called them a person of interest. Yet here we are, weeks later, with no charges, no arrest, and almost total silence from law enforcement. There are even claims that David and Celeste appeared together on an IRL livestream before she passed, though that hasn't been verified. Some online sleuths say there are photos showing David paying people off, or that messages from Celeste's brother reveal details being hidden. None of that is confirmed yet, but it's clear that David's lawyer is working overtime to contain the story. During a recent interview, someone close to the case said David's lawyer is outright denying that the two ever knew each other, which is impossible because there's video and photographic evidence proving they did. The fact that his team is still trying to rewrite the narrative only makes people more suspicious. It's a familiar pattern. A famous person gets caught in something horrific. The lawyers rush to deny it. The fans split into camps, and the truth gets buried under hashtags and headlines. The saddest part is that a young girl lost her life.
I mean, how this guy could not be a person of interest, I do not know. Like, if there had to be at least one person of interest in this situation, it would be him. Some people are even speculating that the two showed up on an IRL stream together, but that is yet to be confirmed. I've seen alleged messages from her brother. People are claiming that she was in the back of a picture that David took on Discord in 2023. Others are claiming there are pictures of him paying people off who might have information.
The lawyer who represents David denying that there was a connection or that they knew each other? Because that to me is that's a heavy lift.
No statement on that. There's not talking, denying it. They can't deny it. I mean, we have photographic evidence. We have video. So they definitely knew each other. So that's not an issue. They definitely knew each other.
And it's starting to feel like justice might never come. Because if the system actually worked the same for everyone, rich or poor, famous or not, David would at least be under heavy investigation. But for now, he's walking free, streaming Fortnite, while the rest of the world is left trying to piece together what really happened. And that's the worst part. Nobody knows how deep this goes. Maybe he's being protected. Maybe he's manipulating everyone. Or maybe the truth is even darker than we think. Either way, this case isn't over. The internet won't let it die down, and the evidence is only piling up. Whether David ends up behind bars or somehow walks away untouched, one thing's certain. This is one of the most disturbing and bizarre internet mysteries we've ever seen.